My cars actually started out as what was known as a body in white. You know, the cars don't have motors, they're just basic shells. So people use those to build a car to race to the specification that they need. The horsepower in my class makes over 2,000 horsepower, and some probably approach 3,000 horsepower. We thought we were in pretty good shape. We thought everything was pretty good to go. When we warmed up the car, something didn't sound right. When I went to fire the car up, I knew there was something definitely wrong mechanically. Initially, it seemed like it was a problem with the transmission, something similar we've been having before. Once we got the transmission disassembled, looked at, cleaned up, and reinstalled, we went to the motor. Without the time constraints, our only option was to swap motors, which we've done before, but not quite between rounds like that.
Jim Blair jumps to the number 1 position by a large margin.
These cars are just beyond belief. I mean, the person that generally can understand them and work on them can't even afford to own one. They all know what's involved, so they can literally switch off And one guy can be working at one
we
part
brought
of
it
the car
back and took the transmission
one
apart
set
and
of
checked all that, and it
things,
wasn't
one
that.
set of fittings and sensors.
The
Another
car
guy
was
can
very
work on
labored.
another part of the car.
And I
they
could
can
hold the
literally change
car,
positions
I
and
could
still be
force the
doing
car to idle with the
same
accelerator
job
pedal.
that the other guy was
but
doing.
that's a bad sign. That means that you're forcing
What
the
these
car to
guys
do something it
it's
doesn't
nothing
want to
short
do.
of remarkable. Their abilities and skills are beyond compare, and I'm fortunate to have these guys. If they wanted to, you know, go work for someone else, people would be happy to have them on their crew, trust me. The amount of vibration and torsional pull that these cars experience is not something where you just plug something in and expect it to stay put. You have to double check everything to verify that everything is in fact installed properly, tightened and retightened, checked and rechecked, and positively connected to handle the strains and the twist and the power and the vibration that everything that the car has to do. They could have at any point in time told us, forget it, you're done. They saw the effort we were putting forth, and they wanted to make, they wanted us to make the pass. There was a real chance that we were not going to make that round. It inevitably comes down to the ability to tune the car via the computer, which allows these small block cars, these fuel-injected cars, to make the kind of horsepower they do. Without the computers that we have for engine management, it would be virtually impossible to be able to make this kind of horsepower with these kind of cars. We had a new motor in the car, so we were trying to make some passes to get some data so that we could start working on it. It was a brand new combination with all new parts. So I showed up with what I thought was pretty much a clean sheet of paper mechanically. We didn't get to make any test and tune passes until Saturday morning, where we had one time run before we went into qualifications. The car performed respectably, but even though we qualified #1, we thought we were in pretty good shape. We thought everything was pretty good to go, and when we warmed up the car, something didn't sound right. I'm optimistic. I'm in a class where I know that there are people that have better cars and faster cars than me, but like I said, in this style of racing, it's not about the guy who has the most powerful car. It's the guy who can get down the racetrack consistently will ultimately win in the end as far as the overall championship.